Hey everyone, welcome back. Alright, this is Adamus Prime and I'm coming at you about the update that is supposed to happen today. Now before you guys watch this video, because I know it's going to be up for a while, but this is everything that was promised pre-live stream. So this video is being recorded before the live stream happens, where they announce and they give you a preview of the 1.4 update. Now in the background you're going to be seeing the beginnings of the next challenge I decided to take on, which was how many stars in an island can you get based off of one dinosaur, maybe two dinosaurs in your park. I have a pretty good way about going about this, so stay tuned to see if I can manage to get 5 stars or, even 4 stars on one dinosaur. We'll see. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into... I found this post on Reddit. It was posted by Old News Twist, so I'm going to make sure to give him credit right there. Spelled exactly how it sounds. I'll put his name down in the description below. But everything that has been confirmed throughout the Frontier community managers on Reddit has been so far, and I'm just going to go down the list and we'll talk about them just a little bit, is carnivore hunting habits will be governed by the hunger dropping past a certain percentage rather than the obsessive hunting. I've made a video on that. I'll put that link or card up in the corner. Alright, so then we also have dinosaur lifespans will be extended or elongated, which, longer living dinosaurs will be absolutely wonderful. I think that's going to be awesome. I've briefly touched on this as well. Guest view and external cameras will be added to viewing galleries and viewing platforms. Awesome. I think that's absolutely wonderful. It's a great way to get inside there and actually see what your guests are seeing. I personally think it's going to be a great addition. The weather on Isla Nublar will be fixed, which I think sounds great because I've played multiple series. I spend a lot of my time on Nublar just being creative. And even if I have it set to like storms, heavy storms, you don't get it. You just don't get any weather at all. It's weird. So dinosaurs will no longer be randomly trapped in a panic state. I've had this happen quite a bit on my all dinosaur island, as well as in a few of my challenges, where as soon as I move a dinosaur, like they literally just get stuck and you can't do anything. Their comfort drops to 0 and then they eventually just die. So I'm glad to see that they're going to pay attention to that. Incubations will be able to be canceled with a partial refund of the initial cost. Absolutely wonderful. You accidentally incubate one too many dinosaurs, you can get some money back. It'll help out if you're going back through the campaign or going through the campaign the first time. Or if you just make a mistake in general, like we all do it. Dinosaurs' bios will be visible before incubation in the genome library after you have successfully released at least one of the dinosaur species in question. That's absolutely awesome. So that way, basically what that is that if you aren't sure if a dinosaur needs a social limit, or a social requirement, I should say, like the Parasaurolophus needs 4, and you only manage to incubate 3, you'd be like, oh, well, crap, and then you're already incubating other things, and you don't think about it, and you forget about it, so you can be like, oh, well, here, it's right here next to the genome library, so I already know that it needs 4. Alright, and then research will be able to be canceled. That's not really that big of a thing for me. It's if you're starting over and all that other stuff, like if you accidentally research the wrong thing, or it's a nice touch to be added in there just to be able to cancel something that you're researching. Genome completion percentage will be added to the dig site pop-ups. So I think that's absolutely awesome. So whenever you're going through the game or you're starting a new game and you actually complete an expedition and you're going over that expedition site, it'll give you the percentage of each dinosaur that you have that you can possibly get a fossil from in that site. I think that's absolutely awesome, so that way you're not digging in places and going back to the genome library just to try to figure out which dinosaur you need to get. Guests teleporting into enclosures will be fixed. Absolutely wonderful. This happened to me on my How to 5-Star Isla Pena series, and it was a pain. Literally every other second, just up until like they were stuck, sorry about the stuttering, they were stuck inside of the T-Rex paddock, and basically like every other minute you would get that notification on top that, oh, dinosaur is a danger to guests. So you'd be like, oh crap, like what happened? Like, and now you start looking all around and then you realize it's just guests that are just randomly stuck inside of an exhibit. Alright, the camera will no longer be forced to zoom into selected buildings. I made a little bit of a video on that, touched briefly on it. It's a little bit of an aesthetic thing because personally I think this is going to be great because every time you select on something it just zooms in and then you have to zoom all the way back out and zoom in and zoom out. It's just something that really kind of can mess with your eyes a little bit, so I'm happy for that. The chance for the Spinosaurus to use the Jurassic Park 3 roar, especially when being released from a hatchery, has been increased. I think that's absolutely wonderful, giving it its own unique feel rather than giving it a generic roar. That's awesome. And guests will now correctly use shops. It will be more visually evident that guests are traveling into and leaving from shops, as well as using them. So that's absolutely awesome. So you can see them, like, I don't know how they're going to do this. Maybe have some see-through glass they're going to update to where you can see them, like, trying on products, or maybe just them going inside of there and coming out with one of the objects. I don't know. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful to see how that pans out. It's going to be awesome. The in-game photo mode will now register dinosaurs in the frame better, or should we say correctly? Because sometimes you would take that photo so close, or even so far away, like the dinosaur would be like, no dinosaurs found. You had to be like, well, I'm clearly counting 7 dinosaurs in this picture, but because they're all spread out or whatever it is, they would be like, oh, there's nothing in the picture. You'd be like, okay. And also a little bit of a flaw was the Mamenchisaurus, however it's said, sorry, will now have the proper picture in the genome preview display, which means it will no longer be a Brachiosaurus, which is absolutely a little embarrassing, but I think that's pretty funny. It's good that they're fixing it. The range and volume of sauropod calls will be increased. I'm not entirely sure on what's going on with that, but I think it'll be pretty nice having a louder sauropod. Okay, by all means. And then lastly, we have dinosaur sizings will be corrected. Now, this is something that's been really big in the community, and I personally haven't cared all that much, but it is something nice that's being, just out of the fact that Frontier's paying attention to, sorry about that, my pup's in here with me as usual. But it's nice that Frontier is paying attention to what the community wants and what they need, you know, and what they're asking for, so that's pretty nice. But to sum that up, is the Ceratosaurus and Tyrannosaurus Rex will be scaled down, and the Spinosaurus and the Giga will be scaled up. And then also in there you have possible many more bug fixes, quality of life changes, etc., additions, anything else. Because obviously companies aren't going to tell you everything that's going to be in an update. I'm hoping to see what they've got stored without us knowing about it right now. I'm excited to see. What do you guys think is going to happen in there? But with that, that's all I've got for today's video. I'm going to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like. It supports me, and it's greatly appreciated. All right, take care.